Triplets.com.
1, 2, 1, 2. Hey there, aloha. Hope you're doing well. Here's our this week's live stream. So happy you're able to join me and watching this even after the fact. Thank you very much. I'm just really excited about today's lesson, and going to kind of jump into it now. We're going to be talking about today moving between kind of triplet fills and sixteenths, and kind of back and forth between the two. It's that kind of really cool tension, that kind of really cool rhythmic tension that we get when we we kind of change those feels, especially midstream when we're doing a fill, and we can move in and out of doing some straight notes to some triplets and back to some straight notes and some triplets. It really creates just a much more interesting palette of fills, and lots of opportunity to really respond even more to the music as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before we do, please make sure you subscribe and mash that like button. And if you leave a comment, and if you'd like to have, like to see anything here on the live streams or YouTube videos in general, let me know, and I'll see if I can add it to the queue. This particular video came from a subscriber and also a Von Baron Store.com customer and Brushes Mastery Course customer, and he was saying, hey, can you touch on more about this kind of triplets and 16th note thing? And so I said, sure, let's do it. And so the thing I do want to mention back up here, that this course actually, the Brushes Mastery course, I cover this in a lot more detail. And I go into a lot more than what I'm going to be covering today. And the request from the particular person that wanted me to do this, I guided him to say, oh, check out this video of the Brushes Mastery course after he sent me the message, and he's like, oh, okay. So he knows where to find that on the course, and I'm sure working on that. And I decided I would just go. That was a great suggestion, so I thought I'd go ahead and put it into our live stream. So the thing that we're going to do, we're going to see my subscribe button again. So the thing we're going to do today is I'm going to show you a pattern, and you can see that there's a PDF you can download. And by the way, there's a drumless track I was playing with at the beginning of this. That's linked down below in the description, as well as this PDF, and the PDF is free. So go get it for yourself. All right. And what this is kind of it's just one of the exercises basically from the Brushes Mastery course. And I think the easiest way to have this concept to kind of practice this concept of going in and out of straight notes and 16th notes is to use just a stock pattern, something that we all know and love, our friend paradiddle. And paradiddles, again, very, very easy thing. We're just going to be doing a little, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. That's all we're doing, right? We all know that, know it, love it, use it a lot. And what I've done here, as you can maybe see in the PDF, is that basically we've taken a pattern, I've written it out in 16th notes, so 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1, like this. And then I've tripletized it. And I talk a lot about tripletizing in the Brushes Mastery course, about this concept of how you take straight notes and how you tripletize them, how you make them feel like triplets. Take the same pattern, exact same pattern, and also make it feel like triplets. I also talk a lot in the course about displacing notes, which makes it even more interesting. And I'm not going to go into that today because that's very deep. But definitely check it out at jazzbrushes.com. Go check it out at the Brushes Mastery course. By the way, it's only, for any of the plans, it's really only about $1, only about $1 US per video. So you can't go wrong there. All right, my going rate is $60 per hour for Zoom lessons, so that's a pretty good deal. So what I want to do is show you this pattern. All right, so what we're doing is we're going right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Okay, and I'm just going to tripletize it. So if I'm going to give you some time, so you have a reference point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. I actually played 8th notes, but I'll do 16th notes this time. 3, 4, 16 notes. Okay, so you can go up and down. You can start it as 8th notes like I did and go to triplet 8th notes. You can also start at 16th notes and go into 16th note triplets. I mean, you could do any of those variations. You can permeate it however you want. But I just want you to kind of understand the basic concept. So we're just 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay. So what I encourage you to do, actually, to practice this, is to take that PDF and just take it and just play that 16th note pattern twice, and then play the triplet 8th note pattern one time, because you got one measure and then two measures, right? So you kind of want to elongate the first part. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 2 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Okay, like that. So that's how I would encourage you to practice this. And the thing I also encourage you to do is I've written out for you where your feet are going to be played. Now I'm using this today. I'm teaching in the context of swing. You can obviously take this concept and apply it to other styles. It's not only just in the world of swing, but I really encourage you to just kind of get the basics down first in the swing context and add in those feet. So you might notice that I'm only playing the bass drum on counts 1 and 3. I'm playing the hi-hat on 2 and 4. I think that makes it pretty easy for coordination and to kind of lock things together and kind of figure it out. So this is a really, really valuable. Now, we're not going to stop there. We're not going to say, oh, okay, that's it. I'm just going to show up to the gig, you know. I mean, that's cool, right? That works. But again, I'm not a lick guy. I'm not the guy that goes, hey, you know, they take this you know, two beat lick and try to fit it into your drum fills on your gig. I don't really believe that music works that way, and especially jazz, because you have to respond to what's going on in the music. So what I encourage you to do is practice this so that you get it really comfortable. It feels really, really comfortable going back and forth between the straight notes and the triplet notes and eighth notes and the straight notes, and then play with the drumless track. Like, get the one that I have at the beginning of this course. It's a nice and slow tempo. I purposely chose a slow tempo drumless track because it's much easier to practice stuff at a slower tempo. You don't want to start off too fast. And so I would encourage you to just kind of, you know, play along, you know, and just, and, you know, or sorry, I do the exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, You know, and you can maybe add some time in there to it, so you can play some groove. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 2, and then you just go. So just trade fours with yourself, basically. I did 2 measures there, but you get the idea. So you're just going to kind of go back and forth, trading fours with yourself. It's a really nice, easy way to kind of connect those things and connect it to a groove, because that's what we ultimately want to do, is to infuse this into the music we're playing. So practice it first with just your hands, then do like 4 measures of groove, 4 measures of your working on your fills. And you know, you could even start, if you want, you could start the opposite. So start with your triplets first. So I could be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 4s, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. Now you notice I put a little hit on the end, right? A little crash on the cymbal on the end. It's very convenient because it's a paradiddle, right? So your last note is you know, going to end up as a right hand. Now I want to, and you can crash it on a cymbal. Now I also want to note that there are times where maybe you want to change it midstream. You don't want to have to go all the way through the whole pattern. And what you're going to end up doing is it's going to be a left hand lead. So if I'm playing like the triplets, If I only play one measure of the triplet, that means my left hand is going to be leading at the end of it. So then I would start my paradiddle, my 16th-note paradiddle with my left hand. So if you only want to use one measure of your triplet pattern, you can then, it will then change, it'll switch your sticking. So, which is a nice thing to be able to do. So I want you to be able to do this with left hand lead, right hand lead. I don't want it to be like, oh, I can only do a right hand lead, you know, or I can only do left hand lead. You got to be able to do it both ways, because you want to have flexibility to respond to the music, right? So if I'm playing, I'll do it again. So if I'm playing just the first, I'll just play the first measure of the triplet, and then I'm going to go right in, then I'm going to go play one measure of the 16th notes, okay? And then I'll come back, I'll jump back, and I'll play one more, the first measure of the triplets. Actually, wait, maybe the second measure of the triplets. And then it'll be, and then I'll jump back up to the 16th notes again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I think what it's doing actually is it's just switching the sticking. So it's actually the first measure of the triplets, but I'm just doing left hand lead. So I just want you to kind of get that idea. So I have to think about that. What am I doing? This is the thing about playing. Like you know, I spend my whole life playing, and then I have to think, what is it I'm really doing here? So I think, let me just take a quick look. No, actually it is. It's switching to the second measure. So if I'm going here, 1, 2, 3, 4, do the triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Come back home. Yeah, so it's a nice little thing to try. So what you're doing is you're playing, if you start with the triplet, you start with the first measure of the triplet, and then you're starting with a right hand lead, and then you play, then it puts you in position to play your 16ths with your left hand lead. After you're done with that measure of 16ths, it puts you in position to play the triplet with your yeah, so it just switches it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I hope you can understand that. I'm sorry if it wasn't clear. I just like, wait, I had to think about that. What am I doing? This is the real world here, folks. This is how I figure things out. So, but anyway, check it out, because I think it's really powerful, and you can use that in, like, I don't know, super musical ways, so that you're not limited to only playing it with right hand lead. So there's another way to practice it. Now the goal here is not that we're going to be doing this, just this pattern, just a paradiddle all the time, all right? And again, I go into in the brushes mastery course, I go into like a lot of different ways, different hand patterns and ways to do fills, as well as, you know, as well as kind of different kind of sweeping motions and things like that to play the fills. But for today, I just want to say we're not just going to stick to this. We're not just going to stay here. So what I usually do is I'll do combinations of other kinds of paradiddles. So see what I'm doing there? I'm just kind of mixing things up, right? So our goal is not that we get stuck in, oh, I can just play this one pattern. That's the place we start, because that's an easy way for us to start to get our hands together, get things happening. But we don't want to stay there. We want to move, always move to music, move to music, move to music, move to music, and be able to respond to music, okay? Which is really, really important. And that's kind of what this whole thing, everything I teach, is just all about that. It's all about helping you connect to the music, right? And because that's the goal. That's what we want to do. We want to play with other human beings, and you know, just I want you to be prepared for that. And that's why I do all of this. So, okay, so that's kind of all I prepared for today in terms of these this kind of pattern, and teaching you how to. It's a really useful way to get you to switch back and forth between the two. And let's see, let's go over here and check. A couple of people watching. Thank you for watching. And I got to do better about getting the word out about this. I've been super busy this past couple weeks. I had to completely, I think I mentioned in the last live stream, I had to completely move my store to a much better e-commerce platform and much easier for me. I don't spend countless hours trying to troubleshoot and update plugins and all those things. I guess to get to focus on other things that are important, like this. So I didn't get a chance to do that so much, but it's going to be happening here soon. I'm going to be doing more kind of publicizing, kind of getting it out there so that we can connect. Again, if there's something you want to see in live streams, let me know that. You can comment that as well too. Had a lot of folks watch last week and had all these great comments that came up, but then somehow YouTube lost the comments. I don't know what happened to that. Kind of a bummer. But this is a world of technology, folks, and I'm just along for the ride. So, so I'll do a little bit of playing. I'll do some more kind of examples of how I might kind of use these in fills. And while I'm doing that, if you have any comments, go ahead and write some comments, and I'll check it when I'm done. All right. One, two, one, two, three. Let's see what we got here. Just messing around. What do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got here? Anything? Anybody out there? Nope. No comments. Thank you to those of you who have watched this latest live stream. I appreciate it. And thank you to all of you who are going to watch this in the future. Appreciate it. Just a couple more things before we wrap it up here. A I got a few other ways that I'm working on, always working on trying to support your drumming. Basically, I've got my blog. I've got a really great blog. I really try to put interesting and informative stuff together in that for you to help you with your drumming. And it's the Von Baron Drummer blog, and it's at vonbaronmusic.com. That's my main business webpage, and I've got my blog over there. So go check it out. A lot of interesting stuff for you there, tips and tricks, and I think some cool stuff. I've also got my Zoom private drum lessons. I've got those for you. Anytime you want to schedule a lesson, let me know. Go to vonbaronstore.com and you can sign up. And I use all the same camera angles that I'm using now. I use those in the Zoom lessons. So, and you get a video of it, and email that to you. And if you're a regular student, you get your own page with lots of goodies on it to help you with your practice. I've also got lots of drumless tracks, lots of drum practice backing tracks at vonbaronstore.com. That's the newly created, the new store. So if you haven't checked it out yet, you might want to go check it out. It's pretty cool. And I got some great deals on some bundles over there. So a lot of things that I kind of went back and figured out checked what people bought in the past and kind of how they like to put things together, and I tried to do that for you, as well as some other combinations that I think will be really helpful for your drum practice. So go check it out. And again, all my drumless tracks are all about connecting to the music. So you're not going to get, it's not going to be like, most of them are not like perfectly quantized, perfectly in time. I have human players. I have actual humans playing the instruments. So you get that kind of like, it's steady time, and it's very accurate, but it's not the kind of perfect stuff which you don't get on the bandstand. You get the real stuff on the bandstand. You get like, people are human. They change their tempo a little bit here and there, and they play a little louder here, a little softer here, and we have to be, as drummers, we have to be good at responding to that. So I really encourage you to go check those out. I think you're going to love them. Of course, I got the Brushes Mastery course, which I've talked about shamelessly in this particular live stream. So at jazzbrushes.com. And the links to all those are below in the description, so you can just check it out. All right. So thanks so much for watching. I always appreciate the opportunity to connect with you. And let's see, the next live stream is going to be next week, next Sunday. This is December 12th, and same time here for in Japan time. This one's going to be about the #1 thing you got to do to get more gigs. And I'm not going to tell you what it is now, but it's really important. And I would say it's more important than all the technique and the fills and all that. I mean, that's all important, but there's one thing that trumps everything else. And if you got that and you mastered that, whoa, it's going to open all the doors for you. And this is the thing that is the reason why, I believe, really, the reason why I get the gigs I get. I get all the gigs I get is because people know they can rely on me to do this one thing, all right, as well as play. But this is it. It's really important. So I hope you'll tune in for that. So that's all. Thank you very much. Always an honor, always a pleasure. And as I always say, keep on drumming. Take care. drummingforlife.com 1 2 3 4 1 2